Illusion kills the Sussex couple. Harry and Meghan's failure is karma. Today, a royal expert has spoken out to claim that Harry and Meghan completely underestimate life without the palace. That is a very good explanation of these couple of grifters who believe they would get to the top of the celebrity hierarchy by trying to monetize themselves off the backs of the royal family, by spewing a bunch of lies at every opportunity and trying their best to destroy the monarchy because they couldn't get their way. But instead, all they have done is hurt themselves. They're never going to crawl out of the hole they've dug for themselves at this point. According to royal expert Ms. Janet Tinker, the couple totally overestimated their value as private citizens, along with their ability to generate income that does not come from talking or writing or interviewing about their time working together inside the royal family. They were made fully aware of what they would lose if they decided to walk away, and they chose to walk away, which is their choice to make. When you strip the pair of their connections to royalty, you are left with two people who are completely incapable of generating the sort of wealth required to maintain the lifestyle they currently have. Harry is a former military captain who could never obtain the necessary qualifications to work in the same sort of role in a civilian capacity. A guy that had to cheat to get A levels is not going to get a commercial pilot's license. As for Meghan, her acting career shows that she has never been highly sought after. She got that Suits job and she stayed with it for a long time because there was nothing offered to take her career in a new direction. It's not like she was able to build her small success into mainstream stardom. What she couldn't get in nearly 4 decades, Harry gave her immediately. Both of these people had been given more than enough time and more than enough chances to develop their branding and to figure out a place for themselves in Hollywood and the world stage that is not dependent on their titles. But so far, they haven't done much to take advantage of what they have, and their public personas just keep on getting ripped apart in the media. And it's not as if they could even blame the British tabloids or the media as a whole, because negative coverage of the two of them is all over the world, and it's pretty damning. Their departure from the royal family was always going to be a risky thing. If the two of them had run away to America and not done the Oprah interview or written that stupid book or done all those interviews, if instead they had concentrated all their time and energy into building a meaningful future that has nothing to do with the royal family, then I'm sure their place on the world stage would be quite different today. Who knows, though? Maybe things always would have turned out like this. People who lie need to have very good memories, and neither of them seems to have a good memory at all. After telling so many lies, of course, the public has caught on to them now. They actually didn't underestimate all that much. They just overestimated themselves and their abilities and talent. They're now more infamous than famous, and as ridiculous as they are ridiculed. Their mistake was not leaving the royal family and striking out on their own. Their mistake was using their personal gripes to try to make money for themselves. But then again, I guess when the only thing you have to sell are your personal problems, that's a currency you're going to use to pay for your lifestyle. And Harry and Meghan have become experts at that. But unfortunately for them, it's not like you can sell this woe is me story more than once. It's not like you can tell lies to the whole world and then later expect to not be exposed as a liar. I truly believe that Meghan believed she could buy her way into A-list Hollywood by dragging Harry along with her, and maybe it could have worked, but then they went to Oprah and told so many lies. I don't know what they were thinking, because so many of the lies they told were so easily exposed as lies. And then after that, they told some more lies in that Netflix mockumentary that they tried to claim was a docuseries, where Meghan seemed to mock the late queen with that curtsy. What a big mistake that was. Now, America is a proud republic. But at the same time, Americans had and still have a lot of respect for the late queen. And even Americans who were not fans of the monarchy or the queen do not appreciate bullying, especially when the victim is a 95-year-old woman who worked her whole life for her kingdom and commonwealth. And then Harry's book was another big mistake. I cannot believe the publisher allowed this vision of Harry rubbing cream on his penis, but feeling that his mother was there in the room with him because of the cream he was using. Why did the publisher think that anybody would want to read that? And then bragging about wiping 25 chess pieces, as he called them, off the board by killing 25 Taliban members. You know, last time I checked, he was in their country. So in their minds, he was the enemy, and those chess pieces were somebody's sons or fathers or husbands or brothers or whatever. There could be a way back for them in the estimation of the people of America, but I think they would have to work very hard for it. And recently, it did occur to me that it is possible that Meghan thought they were going to be like Wallis Simpson and the Duke of Windsor, who were actually kind of celebrities after he abdicated the throne. But obviously, what she didn't consider was that Edward was a real life king who abdicated. He was not the spare who at the time was fifth in line to the throne and dropping. Meghan convinced Harry that an independent life was going to be amazing, and I think it could have been. I think they could have received some really amazing opportunities, but sadly, they decided to do that ugly Oprah Winfrey interview where they really went after the royal family and accused them of being racist and cruel and cold. After that, people probably thought, well, if this is how they're going to talk about their own family, then how in the world are they going to treat me and talk about me? And it seems like Harry just accepted everything Meghan told him at face value. He just went along with all her little schemes. I don't think he really considered what it was like to be in the outside world with no real skills. I don't think he understood how difficult things would be. So I think they completely underestimated life without the palace. Now, I think if they had just tried to live like ordinary citizens, with just a normal home with 4 to 6 bedrooms, maybe a swimming pool, probably a garden, and maybe 1 to 2 security guys, or maybe even less depending on their income, that would have been achievable. But no, no, no. Meghan insisted on living like an A-list Hollywood celebrity. Meghan convinced Harry that the grass really was greener on the other side of the Atlantic. Now, when Harry was still within the royal family, he was protected, he was coddled. Meghan convinced him that they would be able to do so much more without the restrictions placed on the monarchy. Not being able to offer her opinion, for example, on political stuff would have been incredibly stifling for her. She's always been very outspoken. Now, they did ask to be part-time royals. They wanted to do whatever they wanted to do and also get to pick and choose their royal duties. Well, Her Majesty the Queen said absolutely not to that, either all in or all out, and nobody except the Queen gets to choose what they want to do. Harry and Meghan severely miscalculated. Their plans revolved around having a foot in the door in the palace and security and half their upkeep being paid for by Charles. They got what they wanted, and they lost a whole lot. The most attractive thing about them was their connection to the late Queen and the potential influence, and it's pretty obvious that there is none at all. I mean, Meghan Markle doesn't even know how to dress herself. She's also socially very awkward. Meghan's lack of social graces is evidenced by that strange smile that she's always got on her face and the fact that she's always looking for a camera. I know that Harry insists both of them are just so happy. He insists that Meghan really does make him happy. Well, I hope that continues because he has put up with enough sadness in his life. And you, do you agree with me? If yes, please like and share this video with your friends and relatives who need it too. If not, please tell me your opinion below in the comments section. And don't be afraid to click the subscribe button to get more updates in the future. Thank you so much for tuning in, have a lovely weekend, and we'll be back to see you all tomorrow.